Hello, and welcome back to Horseshoe Theory. In the next leg of our Whirlwind Los Angeles tour, we got to talk to the world-famous animator, Vewn, also known as Victoria Vincent, works on YouTube and Instagram, with 2 million total followers across both platforms. Her shit is dope, and we've binge-watched everything she's ever made. Now you may think, in an episode with an animator, we surely talk about animation or something, but we mainly just make jokes about suicide and drug abuse, along with how hard it is to make it as an artist, and the crushing weight of performing for the algorithm like a little monkey. So sit upright, with great posture, and rail some special K as we speak to Vewn. Rido?
No, it's La.
La?
La.
La. La. We're here with Vewn.
We're here with Vewn, #1 Horseshoe Theory fan, Vewn.
Yes. Do I look at the camera or look like slightly away?
Look at the camera if you want to make a very important point to the audience, like presidentially.
Okay.
Direct to the audience.
Okay.
Vewn, you're one of the greatest animators of our generation.
Thank you. That's very kind. I hope so.
Vewn.
Yes.
We watched your animation tutorial video this morning, and I was like, "This is genius."
Thank you.
Genuinely, I'm not just flattering you. I was like, "This is genuinely groundbreaking. This is so impressive."
Thank you. That was like the funnest video to make. Because it was so much faster and easier than animating, you know? Because animation, it's like, you have to like draw everything.
Well, we also watched Snooze Quest.
Okay.
And we were like, how much time could that have possibly have taken?
That took a while, because that was with Adult Swim. Like, they sponsored it, basically. Or maybe sponsor's not the right word, but they like gave me money for it.
Interesting.
But they had like 1 million notes, which slowed down the process.
So the final version incorporated all those notes?
Yeah, like it was like, I developed the idea with them, and they didn't want anything with drugs or like overt self-harm. So like a lot of it was very like toned down.
Interesting. That was toned down. That's crazy.
Yeah, and they still were like upset and saying like, we need a mental health warning.
Yeah.
And I said I wasn't gonna do it. So on their version of it, they put like if you need help, please call like whatever this number.
Yeah.
And they put it in my handwriting. Like they had someone fake my like handwriting. I was like,
God.
I was like, who did this? Like,
that's crazy.
You're making me look stupid.
How much are we allowed to say about Adult Swim?
You guys or me?
Well, on this podcast.
Oh, I mean, that's just like true. Like that's just what happened.
Just true facts.
It's true facts, no NDA.
Like it's not like, I mean, they're a company. They're trying to, make money, and they have certain regulations that they're required.
I feel like suicide warnings are made by people who have never had suicidal thoughts.
I mean, I think it's made by like some sort of like government thing, because the suicide number is a government thing.
Oh,
wait, is that why the animation tutorial had a bunch of stuff about cutting yourself?
Kind of, yeah. Because I was like, well, now I can do what I want, so it's gonna be about suicide.
It's crazy that Adult Swim made Robot Chicken, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that they made Robot Chicken. And you can't talk about it. Like, it's so nerfed. Now you can't talk about drugs or suicide. Those are the funniest things.
Well, you reference it, but you have to like do it carefully.
I think it was just a weird thing because they were like bought by Warner Bros. And then Warner Bros. Had their own mandates. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they go back to being the channel of free speech. Am I right, guys?
You have a sign that says, "Do not commit suicide."
Yeah.
I like the wording because it's kind of like in Snooze Quest you get fined for self-harm, right? $15,000.
Yeah.
So it feels more like a government like warning, like no smoking, do not commit suicide.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just kind of real life too, because it's like if you kill yourself or try to kill yourself, they like forcibly institutionalize you, and it costs money.
Yeah.
Well, not in Canada, probably. In Canada, it's probably free.
In Canada, you try to kill yourself and then they kill you.
Oh yeah, I forgot they have that.
Help, buddy? You need a little help with that?
You need help? You're suffering so much.
What do you guys think about that? Because you guys are so anti-suicide.
He's anti-suicide.
Oh, you're pro-suicide.
You love suicide.
I love suicide. Suicide's one of my favorite things.
Have you seen that meme going around? Actually, I went on a date with the girl that made this meme because I saw it all over Twitter like a month prior to this date. But it was like music for people getting into killing themselves. And it was like a bunch of albums, and it was like music for people who have been into killing themselves for years. And it was Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
Oh, I just saw that today.
Yeah.
And I agree.
You've been into killing yourself for a long time.
Yeah.
You're adept.
I was into killing myself before it was cool.
I feel like that it kind of permeates all your work.
Killing myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why my parents don't like looking at my art.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like it when I say that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They don't think it's funny.
No,
yeah.
They don't think it's funny.
You do have this great overarching like postmodern neurosis of like, I don't know, like information overload, very busy, and then like the cleaning just like being a single 20-something and like all the shit you have to manage now. Like I feel like that really comes through in everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like we're in such a new world of like all the authority we used to believe in is just completely gone, you know? Like yeah, like I graduated in 2020 and yeah, it was just like, okay, like everything I imagined about my life is now gone, you know? And replaced with like all of this uncertain, like dubious tech bullshit. You know, now everything's Zoom. Now everything is like, whatever. Like, you're a contractor. You're not an employee, but it's better. Or is it better? You know, like, rather than, you know, I guess we imagine in the good old 1950s, you know, just follow in your dad's footsteps and like go work at his like sporting goods store. And it's like a very clear path. And it's like all those clear paths have been destroyed. So yeah, I feel like I'm just trying to like portray that feeling.
Do you know Byung-Chul Han, the author?
What did he write?
Burnout Society was his biggest book.
I haven't read it.
Oh, this great. He's very like all of his work is very critical of like gig economy and like self-direction.
Okay. Yeah.
And he has this great thing about how like we now have to creatively exploit ourselves. Like it's not only we're not only expected to like do tasks, we're expected to like not follow instructions and like put our full creative energy into doing these tasks that are like temp work and like gig economy. And it's far more psychosis inducing and neurotic to do that than it is just to like, okay, can you go do this like thing and you get it done and you get paid for this objective. There's a boundary to it, right?
Yeah, it's like the boundary used to be like, okay, do A, B, and C task or else you're fired. And now the boundary is like, well, you can do A, but it really would be better if you did B and C. But it's up to you. So now it's like the guilt is placed onto you, you know? So you sort of have this like super egoic force that's like driving every waking moment of your life, you know?
What's it like being in the professional animation industry in that case? Is it very vague and passive aggressive? Or is it direct?
I mean, I feel like I joined it at an awful time, which was like when I graduated in 2020 and everything was like closing and falling apart. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I used to think that I was going to graduate college and then like have a show on Cartoon Network or something. Like, yeah, I went to the school called CalArts where like a lot of animators went. Like, have you guys seen like Adventure Time or like Regular Show?
Yeah,
I know CalArts from the CalArts style.
That's fake. Don't get me started.
That's not a real thing.
It's not real. Fake propaganda. Fake news. But yeah, so like Penn Ward and JG Quintel, like the guys that made Adventure Time and Regular Show, like they went to CalArts, they made short films like I make, and then like graduated and then went on to make these shows. And I felt like that was like the pipeline that I was following. And that pipeline is just gone. So like Cartoon Network's basically gone, doesn't really exist anymore. And yeah, it's just like all the people I used to look up to as like, okay, this is sort of like what I would want my career to be like that everything that they did is just like obsolete. So it's just like a completely new world of like half of people I meet in the animation world are still operating in like the old way that like doesn't quite work anymore because it doesn't really make sense to try to make a show that's on TV, you know? Like it's like TV has changed so much. It doesn't really make sense. And kids don't really watch cartoons anymore. They watch like Sprunky. Do you guys know what Sprunky?
What the fuck is Sprunky?
Sprunky is I actually don't have like the ability to describe it, but I was hanging out with my 8-year-old cousin last weekend and he wanted to show me Sprunky, which is like, I think it's like a game where you click on characters and they make sounds, and then if you click on one named Mr. Black, Sprunky turns into phase 2, which is like Hell Sprunky, and all the Sprunky characters have their heads cut off and blood coming out of their eyes, and it's like Gore Sprunky. And like after he searched this on my phone, like my whole YouTube became like Sprunky algorithm mode, you know? And I just saw like the world of Sprunky. I'm like, this is what kids do now. It's like, you know,
it's always horrific to see what the kids are watching.
What are the other ones? Like what's Pomni from?
Pomni's from Amazing Digital Circus.
That's a popular one with the youth.
It's popular with the adults, with the olds, with the elderly.
What about
as well?
What's the other one? It's Poppy's Playtime.
You're just like listing off things you've seen which have been animated.
But those are all really, I don't know. I don't watch.
Poppy's Playtime, I think, is like a horror show or something.
Why are all these things for kids like horrifying?
I you know, ultimately the market for kids is just whatever kids want. And they want horror. You know, that's what their id desires. And we give them the id. The techno capital machine produces.
What did you guys like when you were a kid? When you were 8?
I guess I watched like SpongeBob,
yeah.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Same.
Nothing scary.
Danny Phantom.
That's a little scary as ghosts and shit.
I was quite prudish as a kid. I wouldn't watch anything with blood, any animation with blood. Remember going on Newgrounds when I was a kid? I would watch a lot of Newgrounds. Like Flash animations.
There was a lot of gore on Newgrounds.
Yeah, but I would always, you know, I'd go for the E for everybody.
Yeah.
I'd avoid the T. Teen, I'd be like, I'm not a teen.
Yeah.
And
oh wow, you really respected.
I respected it. Well, you know,
figures.
I had a wholesome Christian upbringing.
Okay. Did you watch VeggieTales?
Yeah, I watched VeggieTales.
Okay, there were some really scary segments.
Yeah,
do you remember when they sent the chocolate bunnies into the furnace? That really scared me as a kid.
That was horrific.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of like times when dark themes come in and children's stuff, and it would affect me. I would be scared, but you know.
What about fucking Happy Tree Friends?
Oh yeah.
I didn't fuck with that.
I didn't fuck with that. That was too much.
I don't like blood really. Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
But I did like those like shock sites, like Goatsy.
Yeah.
You guys remember Goatsy?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Blue Waffle? Kids these days
don't know anything about
Blue Waffle. They just have Sprunky.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's a Blue Waffle equivalent anymore.
Yeah.
Is the Sprunky horror gory or psychological? I think that's a big difference because it's like Happy Tree Friends is like they just get crushed. Like
it's like Happy Tree Friends.
Oh,
it's not really psychological.
That's reasonable. I feel like we shouldn't expose kids to psychological horror.
Yeah. But how do you tell the difference if you're a kid? You know.
I don't know. Gore's like a Band-Aid you rip off. You know, if you're like in your 20s and you haven't seen extreme gore, that's maladaptive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What was your guys' first gore?
This beheading video, this cartel beheading video.
Oh wow.
That's been burned into my brain since I was 8 years old. I can vividly picture this video.
I was never interested in beheading videos. My brother I'd get home from school, he'd try to show me a beheading video.
Are you the youngest sibling?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 4.
you have youngest sibling vibe.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, we are both youngest siblings.
You guys?
Yeah.
I'm youngest, yeah.
What does that mean?
That all of our siblings are older than us?
What does that energy mean?
Well, like you really strictly adhered to like the T box. That's like a younger sibling vibe. You know?
Interesting.
You're sort of like you've witnessed things that your older siblings have undergone. Sorry, my cat's a little crazy. Because I feel like I would watch my brother get in trouble a lot, and then I would just like never do the things he did, you know? So I was like more straight-laced.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched all my siblings go get government jobs in Ottawa, Ontario.
Oh wow.
And then I decided not to do that.
Like, you're different. You're free.
Yeah.
A lot of being an artist is getting through all the dead wisdom. Because it was impossible before, and now it's impossible, and they tell you wrong things that aren't relevant to succeeding at all.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I wanted to be a voice actor when I was a kid, my mom tried to help me out. She bought me this book about how to be a voice actor from the 90s. And it was like, send your tape to local radio stations.
Yeah, I know. It's like every year it's completely different, especially with AI now. It's like we can't even envision the jobs that are going to exist in like a few years. It's pretty scary.
How is AI threatening animation? I feel like I haven't seen much about. I've seen a lot of stuff for like writing, of course, and videos and CGI, but actual animation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same. Like it will be able to animate. It can already, like, kind of, but yeah, I think like in a few years, like an animation software company will take the bold step forward and integrate AI into their software. Because right now, animators really don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can say whatever word you.
Okay.
You can say whatever the frick you want.
Okay. Animators really don't fuck with AI in general. So I think there's like a fear of like not wanting to be like, oh, we're the AI animation thing. Because then all the animators will like boycott you and like post like mean emojis on your Instagram posts, etc.
I'm the AI animator.
But I mean, yeah, I think AI is good at like replicating repetitive behavior, which is like the entirety of 2D animation. You know, you're just drawing the same thing over and over and over again. So I think in a few years, like they'll have a software that can do it effectively.
Have you ever tried generating an image saying in the style of Vewn?
I have. It's not good. It doesn't get what I'm asking. Yeah. I think, yeah, just because like the AI models that like people like plebs like us have access to. Sorry, my cat is disruptive. He wants the show to be about him. But the AI models that like the laymen have access to, like Sora or like Midjourney or whatever, are like, it's like the pool of data is like everyone's data. So it's basing, like when you ask like make a cartoon based on blah blah blah, here's cartoon and it's like pulling from all this stuff, rather than like if you had like whatever like exclusive, like I think Google has like Vortex AI or something, which is like you have to be like a millionaire to like have it access to it. I think it's like $3,000 like a generation or something. I don't know. I don't want to spread fake news, but it's super expensive. But with something like that, like you train it with your own data pool. So like hypothetically, like if I had that, I would just train it myself with my own art. And it would be able to do it more effectively.
It's not too bad. That's the best case scenario is that we all use it for the things that are actually like the uncreative, tedious part of the job. You know?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, doing in-betweens is like not like fun, I would say. I've spent like 10 years making short animated films, hand drawn, like drawing every single frame myself. Yeah, I don't know why I would want to keep doing that if I didn't have to.
But that's not what it will replace. It will replace everything.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I'm actually pretty optimistic. Yeah, because I think with art, especially, I can't speak for other fields. I think twofold. My fear with AI is more so like, it replacing like other job sectors where people have, like a lot of people they pick a field because they're like, this will make money, rather than the creative. It's like, I love this thing. I want to do it. So I feel more concerned for people, truck drivers or whatever. It's like these are people that are doing this for money, and their industry getting destroyed within the span of a few years is like really devastating. But I think for creative endeavors, I think what people like about art is that it is interesting and unique and different from other things. So like AI, like there can be an infinite amount of AI slop, but like what people want to see is going to shift, because like that's what we like about art, is that it is offering something that we didn't imagine before. So it's just going to change the way that we think about art and think about creativity and like, yeah, just like even how we think about how to be human, you know?
When ChatGPT got better, Brogan's a fine artist. What did you get? You were in your master's when I met you.
Yeah.
For fine art.
Didn't finish it.
No. But when ChatGPT got really good, and you can type in like in the style of whatever artist, and it's pretty good. That changed the way you were thinking about painting?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like doing portrait painting, where I don't know. I still don't understand what the value is. I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot. Even the crazy one I would do like in the style of, I find I got painters really well. I would take photos and I'd say like in the style of Lucian Freud or like Egon Schiele, and I would nail it in a really uncanny way. I'm like, fuck, this looks like, I wouldn't be able to tell if this was like blown up and like hung on in a gallery, you know? So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, I think it just changes what we're gonna find valuable. Like, there was like that Ghibli thing where everyone was doing like their Ghibli AI shit. And I think some people's reaction was like, oh, this devalues Miyazaki's art, because now you can just make it instantly. But to me, I feel it demonstrates how different what Miyazaki does is than just like a simple image that's like in the style. Like the style is just like the surface level of like the thing he's making, like you take a movie like Spirited Away or something, and it's like, it's such a personal story, like so much history, like Japanese history and cultural elements and like things like that went into making it. It's so much more than just like the style, the style is just like the coding of it. And I think like seeing all those like Ghibli AI things next to each other sort of like amplifies like what actually makes that stand out, because it just lacks that.
You got a lot of Evangelon guys over there. Neogenesis Evangelion.
Yeah, you actually said it correctly.
Evangelion.
Yeah, you're like
Evangelion.
Do you have like a top 3 list of animations?
I mean, End of Evangelion is definitely like the best animated movie ever. Spirited Away is like one of my favorite movies. What's number 3? Let me think. I wish I came prepared with a list. Now I like forgot all the animated movies.
Number 3, Vewn.
No. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of good ones.
Wow, so is that your number 1 too, Brogan?
That's my number 1 and 2.
Okay, cool. Wow, glad we agree. Well, what's your number 3? I can copy it.
Gotta really think about number 3. Maybe, fuck, that's not really animation though. I can like see things in my head, but I can't pull it together into a style. Okay. I can't pull like a name out of it.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite pharmaceutical medication?
Definitely Xanax.
Xanax?
Yeah. They need to invent Xanax that's not addictive and like destroys your life. I think that's what
Xanax is pretty good.
We should take all the money we're giving to Israel and put it into Xanax manufacturing.
I think we should have universal basic Xanax.
Yes.
And it just shows up in an envelope to everyone's door.
When I walked in and I saw your cat doll and I saw its shirt, I felt very warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh yeah.
I like there's romanticizing drug use is like my favorite thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's something with like a lot of addiction treatment is like there's like a very black and white ideology that they sort of impose on you when you like try to get help, try to go to like NA or like whatever, which is like, okay, like you have to like want to stop. You have to like leave this life behind. It's ruining you, you know. But like the reality is that, you know, for a lot of like drug addicts, it's like some of their favorite memories were like on drugs. Like if you're a drug addict and all your friends are drug addicts, it's like that's your community. And I think just like demonizing it and being like, oh, well, that's all that stuff is just like fucked and like you're just like ruining your life. It's like there is a beauty to it, you know, and there's like a reason why people are drawn together from like abusing drugs, you know. So I don't know. Sometimes I worry I'm like promoting drugs or something, but I feel like it's coming from an honest place. So hopefully it's all right.
The t-shirt says, "I miss railing pills with you."
Yeah.
For our audio listeners. And so this was just like a normal bear.
Yeah.
That you retrofitted into.
Yeah.
This cat.
Into this character, yeah.
This damaged cat character.
Yeah.
Your characters are often all beat up and scruffed and bloodied and looking pretty grody, and they're often living in these like kind of rundown urban places. Did you always kind of have that style, or did you sort of evolve into that?
I mean, I think the physical looking beat up is just like a way to show like someone's mental state, you know. Have you guys seen the movie Sorry to Bother You?
I haven't. I've heard of it.
Yeah, you guys would like it. It's like a Marxist. You're gonna say I'm not a Marxist.
What do you mean by that?
Because the other day I accused you of being leftist, and you were like, leftist. I'm not a leftist. Okay, sorry. What are you? Some fucking thing that in your like scribbling videos of like a million diagrams? I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm whatever sounds cool.
Okay. What sounds coolest in this moment?
For like nothing.
Okay, so you're nothing. Anyway,
it's like a Marxist movie.
Oh yeah, like kind of. No, it's not really Marxist. It's just like there's like a vague theme of class consciousness. But anyway, there's like a scene where he is in a protest and gets hit. I think someone throws like a can at him or something, and he gets hit in the head. And for the rest of the movie, he's like wearing this bandage. And I always just really like that sort of like symbol. You know, like especially with like the eye thing, where it's like, you know, you're like losing your ability to see as this like fucked up story is going on and on, you know.
Punished me, punished Jreg, punished Brogan would look cool. We got to beat you up a little bit.
No, but our if it's a reflection of our internal worlds, our punished states wouldn't be like yours would be arthritic, and I'd be like balloon face, bloated, and bald, and like beet red.
I like that. I like that idea. You're like a big balloon, and you're like beet red. And you're like really fat, and I'm like Scribbles. I'm like, and we're just sitting next to each other on the podcast.
Right. Yeah, someone draw that.
That's a good idea for VTubing. You guys should be VTubers, but it's like absurd and scary.
Just the worst possible versions of ourselves and the worst physical representations of ourselves.
I think you guys actually could be millionaires from this, because that's what kids like, is like fucked up, scary cartoons.
We got to pivot to being children's entertainers.
Yeah.
What do you mean, pivot? Never mind.
I'm interested because we're in Los Angeles.
True.
Just putting that out there.
We are in Los Angeles.
We're in Los Angeles.
We're hot off of VidCon.
Yeah. If any Hollywood executives are listening, we have a lot of ideas.
We have a lot of ideas.
We have a lot of ideas. We have nothing but ambition.
We have ideas and ambition, the three of us. Any Hollywood executives, we're just putting that out there.
And you're from here. Are people depressed here? I can't imagine ever being depressed in a city like this.
I mean, are people depressed here? There's a lot of people here, so some of them must be. I feel like none of my friends are super depressed.
Well, maybe just because like from your work, you have this neurotic vibe that comes through. That's sort of like an isolation, like an isolating, lonely neurosis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's just like an outlet. So I can like do the art so I can like act normal in real life, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm a pretty upbeat person in general.
Me too.
You or you're me?
Yeah, you. I feel like you're upbeat.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm upbeat. What do you
You're
think,
also
Brogan?
pretty upbeat. You're a little more like stoic.
A little more morose.
Yeah.
Sardonic.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's probably the reverse.
No, this is a line from like BoJack Horseman, where he like keeps describing himself as adjectives that aren't happy but like aren't sad, and then someone freaks out. They're like, "Stop fucking dancing around. You're depressed." It's like, stop saying sardonic. That doesn't mean anything. You're upbeat, but Xanax is your favorite drug.
Yeah, I asked for pharmaceutical medication, not favorite drug.
Yeah.
Favorite pharmaceutical medication.
I mean, favorite? I don't know. It's really bad to use Xanax. I don't recommend it, guys.
Don't try it at home, kids.
Yeah, it's like
I'll have a PSA before the video starts.
Yeah.
Broke Jordan Peterson. He's been stuck.
I forgot he does Xanax.
He's been stuck in the narrative realm for years.
I think it wasn't Xanax; it was clozapine.
It's like the same.
And he was prescribed the clozapine. And he just did what the doctors told him to do.
Yeah.
He never abused it.
It's their fault. Just like Kanye, it wasn't his fault.
How did he get on nitrous? His dentist?
Yeah, he's innocent.
Why the fuck would his dentist? Why is it always dentists?
They're bad people.
I think dentists. They have the highest suicide rate by
Dentists?
profession. Yeah.
Wow.
Because they
suck. That makes sense. Yeah, they do suck.
Because they suck.
Yeah, dentists fucking suck.
They suck and they know it and they kill themselves.
Yeah. They're not doctors.
Well, doctors kill themselves a lot too. But I think it's because med school is hard. Because a lot of resident doctors kill themselves.
Who kills themselves the least? What profession kills themselves?
Probably like unemployed gamers.
Unemployed gamers.
I think like roofers.
Roofers?
Just some arduous manual labor where like you get home and you're too tired to kill yourself.
Yeah. That's the trick.
Yeah. You have no energy left to kill yourself. No impulse.
Yeah, I think if you're busy enough, you won't want to kill yourself. Probably.
How many suicidal thoughts do you have a week?
None.
0?
No, I would not kill myself. Unless it was like, there's different types of suicides. There's like 9/11 suicides where you jump because like the building's burning.
Yeah.
But that's like a different type.
Yeah, that is a different type.
Yeah.
I see you got this big painting here.
Yeah.
And you have some sticky notes that you painted onto the painting.
Yeah.
One of these says 8 a.m. do dishes, 9 a.m. laundry, 12 p.m. suicide bait on the internet, 2 p.m. gym, 4 p.m. go on Wikipedia, 6 p.m. bed. Is that like a normal day?
I don't wake up at 8 a.m. ever. So no, it's fiction. It's just sort of making fun of myself because people think my posts are like a cry for help, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the suicide baiting thing.
I'm looking at some of there's just so much to look at here.
Yeah.
Robert Hunter Biden, clonazepam 0.5
Oh yeah,
milligram
he had a prescription too. Did you guys see his photos, his laptop photos?
I didn't. I heard about them. What were on there?
Well, the most popular ones was him fucking strippers in like a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal favorite was him. It was like his hand outstretched and like the bottle of Klonopin, and like all the pills like poured out in his palm, and he just like took the picture. I'm like, that's a vibe.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm crying for help on the internet. But
are you?
What are they gonna do for me?
Yeah.
Besides give me money.
That's the thing. Yeah, people are like, oh my god, like get help. I'm like, you don't even know me. Well, like, what help are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I just very strange. It's very strange. It's like kind of an alien accusation because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting out of it. If it were a cry for help, like, what do I want another DM? Like a concerned DM? Is that going to do anything for me?
Someone who's just
for my
obsessed
life?
with you.
Yeah, is that going to help me out?
Like their game from that interaction is you messaging them back. They don't actually care about you.
No,
they're just some parasocial fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I think people just want to feel helpful. Maybe, I don't know.
But that's like, you know, I always try to say, like, you know, don't psyop your desire to feel helpful into the internet and try to like check in people you actually know.
I think so too. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm like, you probably know someone that actually is on the verge of suicide, and you're messaging.
And you're
like
messaging Jreg.
Yeah, you're messaging like some random person. Not good.
I don't know. It's like, because I have I say all kinds of concerning things, I guess.
I liked your tweet today, the Iran one.
Yeah,
that was concerning.
Well, I think at this point I've been relevant on the internet for 6 years, and like I would have probably done it by now. So maybe people have gotten off my case a little bit.
What was the tweet?
It wasn't concerning. It was just fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
It was just a nonsense tweet Brogan and I hooked up.
Can I know it?
It's so hard to. It's more of a visual gag.
Okay.
But with words. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You can find it later. It's just too hard to explain.
I don't have Twitter.
That's good.
Would you guys be mad if I called it X? Like I was like really serious. I was like, guys, I think you mean X.
X, the everything app.
I don't have an X account.
I'd be okay with that. It makes like when you're Googling someone's Twitter and you say like, you know, blah, 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 X. Like that doesn't mean anything. They don't know what that means.
It's stupid.
Fuck them.
Yeah, you don't. What social media do you have? Instagram, YouTube, that's it?
Yeah. I have Tumblr.
Tumblr.
I still am on Tumblr, yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's great because almost everyone left.
Yeah.
So there's no influencers. There's no people trying to sell you stuff. It's just like freaks.
I was gone as soon as they removed the child porn.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't ever look at that, so.
I keep looking at this plate on top of your projector.
Oh yeah.
What was on that?
So I had a bag of ketamine that got wet. And so I poured it out onto the plate so that it could like evaporate and turn back into powder.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not a drug addict, by the way.
Yeah, come from ketamine dust. Just gonna get demonetized now.
I mean, that was literally just flour.
This is suicide, drug use, drug talk.
That was just flour.
What else can we throw out there?
I already mentioned child porn.
Oh yeah, child porn. It sucks. Only being interested in dark things and those are like being the only funny conversations. Like, why is suicide so funny? Why does it never get old?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we knew someone that we loved that committed suicide, we wouldn't be laughing.
No, I have, and I still laugh at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was it?
His friend's brother.
Okay, were you close?
We're kind of close. Yeah, we like saw him a lot growing up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's sad.
Wait, they weren't that close.
Okay, well,
clearly they weren't so close that.
If I hung myself and you weren't still making suicide jokes a year later, I'd be disappointed in you from beyond the grave.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you got to keep doing it. It's love.
My old college roommate one time was sitting in the lab at our school. The lab is like where they have a bunch of drawing tablets. They just call it the lab to make it sound like we're intellects when we're not. Anyway, he's sitting at one of the tablets, animating, and he goes like, I just want to kill myself. And the girl next to him goes, my sister committed suicide yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That's rough.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
I'm always like a little worried about that with my dark humor, you know?
They'll get over it. Life goes on.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Do you worry? Because you mentioned like, oh, I'm worried about, advertising drug use or whatever, but it's in a real way. What about like, what do you think about because I mean, I just made a channel. I made a secret 4th channel where I put all my,
I don't condone this. I'd shut it down whenever you talk about it.
My darkest thoughts. And I never like advertise or anything because it's just like kind of a place to put a bunch of negative thoughts that don't resolve neatly, but like just kind of like as a museum or something. Like there's a strong artistic purpose to it, I believe, and I stand behind it. But I think there's this idea with thoughts like that you have to put a PSA or something or like make it resolve neatly, and and then it got better, and I'm like, that just I mean, that's just not true. It's like not my experience.
Yeah. Recently, I had a friend who passed from an overdose, and we had a memorial at his mom's house. and we were like all sharing stories, and like almost all the stories revolved around like us doing drugs with him, you know. So yeah, I mean, I think like the reality is like it's not like something you need to like pretend never happened, you know. It's like that was our friendship in a lot of ways, you know.
Yeah.
And there's like a beauty and a sadness to it, but it's what happened. So it's like you can't really just ignore it, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of good art is predicated on not looking away from a lot of things that a lot of people will just filter out immediately.
Yeah. I mean, true. It's like the myth of the normal life, you know? There's like this archetypal standard way to exist, and any deviation is not living, right? Like the second you take one drug, you are no longer like taking part in life. You're deviating from it, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know? Or like if you get sick or like if you die young or something like that, it's all like the concept of the life is like the sober, you know, 80-year-long existence of like career progression, where it's like, and any deviation is seen like less than, but you know?
Yeah.
We're all just alive. I could die. I feel like I'm gonna die soon. I don't feel like I have many years left in me.
Why do you say that?
I just feel it coming. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get like one or two pretty impactful things out there and just die at like 34.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I do think so. I think his head's gonna blow up.
I think you're gonna live a long, fruitful life.
A Chinese drone's gonna come by the studio window one day and just.
Don't listen to this guy.
No. I don't know.
You're gonna live a long, fruitful.
I'm gonna
life.
live a long life.
I'm gonna
live a long, miserable life.
You're gonna live a long, wretched, sickly.
I have 80 years of misery ahead of me.
No, guys, you're both gonna be happy. Don't worry.
How long are you gonna live?
How long am I gonna live? I don't know. Hopefully a while. My parents are really healthy, so I'm hoping like we have like good genes, or I have good genes from them. So I don't know.
Where's the bathroom?
You can use the one right there.
My mom said, because I had my mother on the podcast. She said, you know, all my boys are sickly. The sickly ones live longer. Something like that.
It's the hardy.
It's the hardy ones that die young.
That's kind of like the meek shall inherit. You know.
Yeah,
which I don't really believe that.
I don't believe that. Have you ever seen what happens to meek guys?
They what?
I've been checking
their
out
beta cuck incels or whatever.
I've been keeping a side eye on the meek.
Okay.
Monitoring the meek.
I've been monitoring the meek, and the inheritance isn't looking good.
It's kind of nice being a girl because you can be meek and like no one cares. It's like cute, you know.
I suppose so. Although I find sometimes it doesn't benefit them, in some ways, because like, I don't know. I just observe a lot of the times. I don't know. Most of the good things in my life have come from just being forward about things.
But you're a man, so.
Yeah, but I wasn't always like that.
You weren't always a man.
No.
You're gonna open up.
Back when I was.
Their story.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
If you were trans.
Yeah.
And we're just finding out.
No, I've seen you in like a wet swimsuit before.
Well, you know, they're only getting better, these operations.
No, that's good. You get a packer.
Yeah, a packer.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel?
Do I ever feel?
Do you ever feel not your gender?
When I was a kid, I had a phase where I wanted to be a boy, and I had like a boy name that my third grade teacher would call me, and like all my friends in third grade was Tim. I don't know why it was Tim, but I just thought it was like a great name. And I remember I would like sign my mom's like birthday cards with Tim. I think she was a little alarmed. And I remember back then there was the story of a pregnant man. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah, in the like a celebrity, right?
I don't know if he was a celebrity. I think it was just like, it was like a novelty at the time, because it was like before trans stuff was like in the public consciousness as much.
Before the male pregnancy emoji.
Before, yeah, way before. But they just advertised this as a pregnant man. They didn't really elaborate until you like read deeper into the article, you know. And I was like really fascinated by it. I think my mom was a little worried that I was like so interested, you know. My mom's like super conservative and like religious, so that's where her fears were coming from, I think.
Interesting. Do you believe in the concept of being more male brained or woman brained?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you're a woman and you have a set of behaviors, how can those be male behaviors?
Yeah.
You know, if they're my behaviors, aren't they women?
You're a woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think male brain just means autistic.
Autistic.
Or like not, I don't know, I guess like more, like not as driven by emotion.
Are you more autistic or schizophrenic?
More autistic or schizophrenic? I think I'm normal. What are you guys?
I'm normal too. We're all normal.
Oh.
I'm aggressively normal.
Yeah.
There's a normal horseshoe.
I think we're not supposed to say normal. I think we're supposed to say neurotypical.
Who's going to get on our case about that?
I don't know. I'm really scared now, though.
We're neurotypical.
Yeah.
And our audience loves us.
Okay.
It's not true.
No, they don't like me.
Well, they have mixed opinions about us at different times.
That's true. They hate some of our guests. Our I know nothing about our audience. They're not real people.
They judge us based off our behavior.
There's a number, and that determines what the audience is. Sometimes it's like 30,000. I'm like, what is this? It's a whole new audience. But I don't know. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, yeah.
You can say normal. You can say retard.
You
can say basket case. Crazy.
You can say bling blong. Bling, bling, bling.
I'll leave that to you guys.
Okay. Loony.
Loony?
Is that a slur now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything like that is a slur.
Loony is Canadian currency, right?
Yeah. That's why we're phasing it out.
You're phasing it out? What's the new name for it?
Neurodivergent.
the neurodivergent.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
What's the worst part about LA?
The worst part?
Yeah, I've been on the streets. I've been infatuated with the city.
Yeah. The worst part.
Convince me to hate it. Like straw man it.
I just really love LA. It's really hard for me. I mean, I guess the traffic's not good. We could have better public transport. These are the classics. These are boring though.
Yeah.
I need like a better reason.
Give me like something about the culture, fundamental.
Yeah. Okay. There's too many people with tattoos and like piercings walking around.
I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of the same kinds of people. I've seen like the 4 or 5 types of people emerge.
There's like mustache guy.
Yeah.
Mullet.
Yeah, that's great. Like the
mullet, ambiguous gender person.
Yeah.
There's like girl with like a natural sort of vibe, but you can tell she's like a whore.
I've seen a lot of that. That's a good. A lot of like natural no makeup faces.
Yeah, because like the old archetype of horror used to be like full makeup.
Yeah.
But that's sort of like prude now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
have no source to back this up.
Well, we were in Silver Lake last night, and it's like every guy was a type of guy I've never seen before, but they were all the same guy.
Yeah.
And just like the jeans and the wallet chains and the denim jacket, the camo hat, the mustache, the boots.
Yeah.
Ironic t-shirt.
I know. They're all the same.
Bunch of jewelry. Yeah.
Yeah. And they all have chlamydia. Probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
LA feels a lot less polished than I thought it would.
There's parts that are polished. Like if you go west.
I was on Rodeo Drive yesterday.
Okay. That's like a polished part.
Yeah, that felt pretty polished.
Yeah. Yeah, like Beverly Hills. I guess the Palisades is all burned now. So that's gone. Marina Del Rey is polished.
I'm surprised even with like where we're staying in Hollywood feels so like normal and mundane. Like nothing about that area. Like Hollywood and Vine, I'm like, this is supposed to be the center of Hollywood. It just feels like well, it's like it's cool, but it's like it doesn't feel special. It just feels like a normal part of a city.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Hollywood is just kind of Hollywood now. Do they still have the street performers?
There's a few Spider-Mans.
Okay.
There's like maybe 9 or 10 Spider-Mans all at once.
Maybe it's more on the weekends.
Some guy taking photos, then asking you to pay him for the photos.
Yeah,
Classic.
That's classic Hollywood. I think during the pandemic, a lot of that died down, sadly. Now we just have normal, boring Hollywood.
That's fine. I think that's great. Normal, boring, kind of shitty.
Yeah.
That's a good city.
I like the shittiness.
I like the shittiness too. I know, and all the Rogan universe people, because I'd never been. They're like, oh, Los Angeles is dead. It's a lost city. There's homeless everywhere, and they all moved to Austin. But then being here, I'm like, I've seen so much of this city. I like haven't got that vibe at all. It feels like a very normal place.
The Rogan people say Los Angeles is dead.
Yeah, they all left. The whole Rogan comedy scene moved to Austin.
Have you ever been to Austin?
No.
Austin is like, okay, have you been to the restaurant BJ's?
No.
They probably don't have that in Canada. Okay, BJ's is a chain restaurant that sells deep dish pizza. And it's like, you know, chain restaurants, they all look the same. It's like brick shit, and like it's supposed to like embody Chicago, but it's like super fake.
Yeah.
But Austin just looks like one massive BJ's. Like that's what it is. Like because it's such a new city, so there's nothing old. Like here, there's like old shit everywhere, you know. But yeah, Austin, it's like everything's new. They're like trying really hard to like make it seem culturally important. So they you know, they like buff out a building to like make it seem like it's older. You know, it's like, this is cringe. Stop. And they hate California there. They're like, go back to Cali. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to. I'm like on my way to the airport. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
But you're going to move to Toronto. Join us in the studio.
Sure, maybe. Why not?
But I've worked with a lot of animators. Worked with many. They're a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of person would you say?
I feel like there's some through lines that I've noticed. Well, I've worked with because I did an animated version of my music video that I haven't put out yet, but there's I paid 16 different animators.
Oh wow.
And I know it's going to do really bad when I put it on my channel, so I'm trying to make a bunch of politics slop first, so I can earn the right to produce one piece of good content. But I don't know. I've just noticed I think there's a certain. I remember giving someone an animation gig. I really have to be like, okay, I only I can pay you $500 for this, so I want you to make it really sketchy, or don't spend time on this, maybe crank it out in a day or two or whatever. And then unless I'm very straight, stringent, I notice they'll go overboard. I'm like, you've put in too much work here,
yeah.
So I have to be I'm pretty good. I feel like I didn't do this enough when I was first working with animators, but now I'm very clear about I want to give you this much money for this much work, and don't do more work than that, because I'm going to feel bad.
Yeah.
If you kill yourself.
Animators love the torture. That's why they're against AI. They want to keep being tortured.
Masochism.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have a lot of animators at the studio. Lisa. You're looking at me like you have no idea who I'm talking about.
Lisa, yeah. I was in agreeance.
What's her artist name? Does she have one? No, she doesn't. Lisa Desier. She's
Hijinks
World. Yeah. She's great.
Her zine.
Yeah, we have a couple animators that we'll introduce you to.
All right, sure. I need more animators. I don't know enough. Really?
I found that hard to believe.
Yeah, that was sarcastic.
Yeah, but it's always curious to me, because you've been relevant on YouTube for a while. You got a big YouTube following, and just this weekend you've met the YouTubers.
Yeah, which was strange, because I'm not really a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in between, in a purgatory state.
Well, I think you are a YouTuber. I mean, it's not like you're making money off of YouTube. You're not making all your money off of YouTube, and it's not like you're just a YouTuber, but you got videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
that's how we met.
Yeah. I kind of just think YouTube is just like a part of life, you know? It's just like if you have a video, you just put it there.
Yeah.
Like people talk a lot about like, oh, YouTube culture has changed, blah, blah. It's like, how can it have culture? It's just like life, you know? It's like saying like, oh, like the culture of like air has changed. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so ubiquitous now.
Yeah.
I know it is in this really annoying in-between stage of the YouTuber culture, like the quirkiness of it is dead, like completely dead. It's so fractured, like it's so vast because it is just like you're saying, it's just an aspect of life now. But then industries haven't caught up yet. So being on YouTube is a deeply unserious thing to do, still from a professional standpoint, which is super frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating, but I think it will change. I think like, I mean, even like filmmaking was deeply unserious, like in the 1920s, you know, like they let Orson Welles, who's like a 20-year-old, make like Citizen Kane. They're just like, whatever, we don't give a fuck. This is like a joke, you know?
Who's 20?
He's 21, I think.
He was 21 when he made Citizen Kane.
I think so.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. It makes you feel bad, right?
It makes me feel really bad.
But back then, there wasn't like these like gates in place, you know, where it's like, oh, you have to work your way up, because it was not serious back then, you know. So it was more just like, okay, like it's just like cheap entertainment.
Yeah, we do often forget how new. I mean, everything goes through this cycle, right? Where it's new, and then if it has staying power, it's new and it falls off from the newness, but then maintains a like hedonic treadmill of stability. And YouTube's definitely there now. Like YouTube's not going anywhere, but it's also not new and exciting. It's just the world needs to catch up to the idea that YouTube is the new, like, if you're making anything low budget, there's no space for it. It has to be YouTube. Oh, I'd love a Zin. Holy fuck, Greg, you read my mind. And you know what's crazy? As soon as you pulled those out, I thought, I want a Zin. Like, as soon as I saw the package, like it just triggered something.
Wow.
I don't know why.
What do you mean you don't know why? That's how drugs work.
I don't know why that happened, Greg. These are the erythritol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for added flavor.
Oh wow. What flavor is it?
Tobacco.
Oh.
It's like the worst flavor.
Tobacco Zins.
Interesting.
I don't need these anymore.
Brogan smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes the last 4 days.
I love smoking and drinking. It's my favorite thing. I think most things in life are secondary to like smoking, drinking, and sex and conversations. I refuse to move on that.
Brogan enjoys his drug. He likes
feel that.
alcohol.
Alcohol's good. Or, well, I don't know.
It's his drug of choice. It's the most social drug.
Yeah. It's better than weed.
That's true. Weed's the worst drug.
By far.
Yeah. Weed's 0.
Yeah.
0 big booms.
Oh, God.
Costco guys reviewing every drug. That's a banger idea.
They probably will when the kid's old enough.
Yeah.
Remember Shoe Nice?
Yeah.
He would like chug Everclear.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need another Shoe Nice.
Yeah, the problem is the Shoe Nices don't last very long.
Big justice from the Costco guys to be the next Shoe Nice.
But the problem is they get brain damage.
Yeah.
Shoe Nice is like a shell of a man. Yeah.
What do you do?
He's just like incoherent, and
that makes sense.
Yeah, so am I.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's a part of life, becoming incoherent by your mid-30s because you abused your body. That's a part of life, dude.
I don't know.
You ever talk to an old guy and you're like, how the fuck is this guy made it this far in life? He's retarded and can't get a sentence out. That's what happened. It's fine. You want the mind of a neurotic, existential 20-year-old forever? You want to be 80 being like, oh God, what was it all for? I can't eat that. No, you got to beat it down with drugs and alcohol. 95 IQ. Just smooth operation.
95 is not bad.
95 is not bad.
Yeah.
Every IQ point I have above 100 just hurts me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I take damage over time equal to my IQ minus 100.
Okay. Yeah.
If I got 100 more IQ, I'd just hurt myself more. I wouldn't figure out anything. I wouldn't improve my situation.
You would see like fourth dimensional harm.
Yeah.
You look at a food and it would start hurting you before you ate it.
Yeah, I'd spiral quicker and more interestingly.
Every possible bad route. Clear as day.
Why haven't you killed yourself yet?
I mean, first of all, my life's pretty good. No reason to. But secondly, if my life was bad, I'm like way too old to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like,
that ship
if I was like 17, it'd be like really sad, and they would like name some like art grant after me, you know? But now it's like, oh, come on. Like, seriously. And I think too, like, because now I'm thinking like, okay, well, Kurt Cobain was like basically my age and he killed himself. But I think there's like an inflation with the suicide age. It's like, it's gone down. Like 20, killing yourself at 27 in the 90s was like killing yourself at 17 in 2025.
Right.
So,
because of our lower life expectancies.
Or something, yeah.
Do you think we're just introduced to the dissatisfaction of existence really early on now? Because the 27-year-old's kind of like, you know, he sees where it's going.
Yeah.
But now you get there at 17. You're at 17. You're like, I see where life goes. Like, I don't need to do this, you know?
I don't know. This isn't a coherent thing I thought of. It just was off the cusp. But now I think I denounce it. It's kind of cruel to talk about someone's suicide like that, I think. I'm sorry, Kurt. If you're out there.
I think it's okay to disparage people who killed themselves.
Oh yeah, you don't fuck with that. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
David Foster Wallace.
Oh yeah.
Loser,
had a wife and kid.
He had a wife and kid.
Me so sad.
Life's too hard.
Life's too hard. I thought too much.
What are they gonna do it this time?
What about like a Robin Williams suicide?
Worse.
Where you have dementia?
I think that's fine.
Oh, he had dementia?
Yeah.
When did that come out?
He killed himself.
He didn't announce it because
he had dementia. Yeah,
but he had dementia.
He was decaying.
How old was he?
65 something.
I did not know that about Robin Williams. It's the first I've ever learned that.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. He's fine. He's back in my good graces.
See, so there's some suicides that are okay.
Yeah.
Is what we're learning.
He didn't have a kid? He had a beautiful wife. Look up David Foster Wallace's wife.
Couldn't have been that beautiful if he killed himself.
I'm so glad we have a fact checker. I feel like I've been spreading misinfo this whole podcast.
Final Girl Digital's off screen, and she's gonna be.
Can you check if Orson Welles was really 21? I feel like I'm. Okay, thank God.
I was gonna join the 27 club, but then the opportunity passed, so now it's too late.
I still can. I just turned 27.
Okay, yeah, you have a full year. Don't do it. Life's beautiful.
I ultimately agree.
Yeah.
What do you mean you ultimately agree?
I'm the least suicidal person of all time.
That's not true. The least
Fuck.
The least
That's
suicidal
so
person of all time would not. They wouldn't
say that out loud.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to declare it.
I don't even know. It's probably someone on like the Sentinel Islands.
Yeah.
They've never heard of suicide.
Yeah.
Just diving from a palm tree into a rock like 3 times to kill yourself. Head first into a little boulder.
You could wander out into sea.
No. What's that old Muslim proverb about being? You've never heard that one?
No.
You get tossed into this. It's like if you think you want to kill yourself, toss yourself into the sea and see how fast you don't want to drown anymore. I'm fucking it up, but it's like basically if you took a suicidal person and like throw them overboard on a ship, when they didn't die on impact, they'd like freak out. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm drowning," you know? Yeah. They wouldn't. They wouldn't melt.
Right. Or the other Muslim proverb. Never mind.
I once heard that they interviewed people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and didn't die, and they said that they changed their mind like halfway down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it's good to spread that as like anti-suicide.
I'm gonna jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and then break every bone in my body, and then someone will interview me. I'll be like, "Man, I really messed up there."
No, Logan Paul had after Logan Paul found that dead body. He did a whole tour with a guy to a bunch of high schools who survived a suicide attempt off the Golden Gate Bridge, and he said the second his like the second he was released from the bridge, he regretted it. It was like the second his the last foot slipped off. He was like, oh God, what? Yeah, like just immediately.
That's really sad.
Yeah. He's still around. He made it. What if he tried again, though?
That would be really sad.
Brogan likes the anecdote of they put nets at the bridge everyone was killing themselves at and suicide rates.
That's a classic fact.
What's the fact? I don't get it.
Okay, so sorry, I sighed like that was a huge ask of me. So there's been like 14 to 16 suicides every year on the Golden Gate Bridge. Very popular bridge to kill yourself off. Probably the most popular bridge in history to kill yourself on. And there's always a commission or like the council that people would always ask to put nets up for the people committing suicide. And they never wanted to spend the money to put the nets up because they argued that they would just go kill themselves somewhere else. If you put nets up, they would go and like shoot themselves or like find a different bridge or whatever. So in 2014, I believe it was 2014, they put up nets for construction workers because they were doing a massive restoration project on the bridge. So those 2 years, suicides dropped proportionately to those like who would have jumped off the bridge. And what they found is that suicide is like the mechanism that causes suicide is like an impulse thing. It's not a depression thing.
Yeah.
So it's like they would realize they couldn't kill themselves and then would never go find another bridge or like go buy a gun. They'd be like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's all impulse. It's like getting in a bar fight or like.
Have you been in a bar fight?
I've been in a bar fight.
You should get in one.
I tried to fight a security guard once.
Oh, how did that go?
I felt bad afterwards because I didn't like. I went to fight him, but then I just like dug into his soul a little bit. I started yelling at him. Anyway,
why are you guys cats? What's that about?
Why are guys cats?
Why are you guys cats?
I just love cats. Yeah, they're great.
Show the camera the cat.
Look at this cute little character.
He's tortured. He's suffering.
Yeah.
He's smiling through it.
He's smiling through the pain. Yeah, it's like uplifting.
What's that fucking line that everyone uses? In through every nothing ever happens. I found a we're so back. Do you know what I mean? The audience will know.
Someone will comment it, and you can pin it.
You have a T-shirt that says Zeitgeist Enjoyer.
I don't really have a T-shirt that says that.
Oh, you just edited that on?
It was edited.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. It looks so real.
Thank you.
What does it mean to be a Zeitgeist Enjoyer?
I think you guys are Zeitgeist enjoyers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We enjoy the Zeitgeist.
I like the Zeitgeist, the status quo.
Yeah. It's like a thing that I would hear a lot in industry situations, where I'd meet these executives and they're like, oh, we just want to work with you because you're like young. You can tap into like the Gen Z zeitgeist. And I'm like, what is the Gen Z zeitgeist? Like, can you like write it down for me? I don't really know. Like suicide? Like, is that the zeitgeist?
You can't describe a zeitgeist. You have to vibe it out.
Yeah, I think so.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why you need Twitter.
No.
Twitter, yeah. No, I won't do Twitter.
No, under no circumstances do you need Twitter.
You'll never know. Unless
your video gets taken down from YouTube. And then you need to @ YouTube, and then all your YouTuber friends can retweet. That's the only practical.
Has that happened to you?
No, but it happened. Final Girl Digital.
Wow, bummer.
You're demonetized all the time, aren't you?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like I know it's going to happen. Like I have a video where there's like a drawing of a vagina. It's like,
yeah.
What did I expect?
Yeah.
What was the bit about cutting yourself in the tutorial where you're like, I'm going to cut myself 12 times?
She advertises for Bro We Are Meds.
Yes, yeah.
And then
there's
a controversy where Bro We Are Meds kills 15 people. And then she says, I'll slit my wrists 1 time for each victim. And then her channel gets taken down for self-harm.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining it.
It's an unforgettable video.
Truly. Go watch it right now. As soon as the podcast is done.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was like sort of people feel like they have to like flog themselves after they've done something wrong, sort of, you know? Like, what was that YouTuber? I don't remember what his name is or what he did. It was something vaguely like vaguely racist against Asians, and he like donated $5,000 to like an Asian charity. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. It's like, okay.
Jenna Marbles with the goldfish.
What happened with that?
She bought a fish and then put it in the wrong type of water. And basically, like, that ended her career. Kind of self-chosen, but she made this giant apology video about killing this fish and then, like, didn't make YouTube videos after that.
Oh, wow. She could have came back from that, I bet.
Yeah.
She probably just didn't want to.
Yeah, she probably was sick of it.
She's probably done.
That's why you gotta be uncancelable.
Are you guys uncancelable?
We could get canceled.
You think so?
Only for true crimes, though.
Yeah, I mean...
I can't get canceled for, like, a social crime.
It's more like going to jail.
Yeah. Like, I'd be canceled for, like, oh, yeah, like, that's a bad thing to do.
I could go to jail.
What would you go to jail for?
Probably I'd get detained in a detention center going across the border from America to Canada if they look at my YouTube channel.
Too radical, you think?
I mean, people have been detained for less.
Yeah,
But if I was domestically going to go to jail, maybe tax evasion.
Accidental tax evasion?
Yeah. I'll spend like my entire life. I spend like a quarter of my life trying to figure out how to pay my taxes, my corporate taxes. And then...
you don't pay taxes?
No, I do.
Okay.
I think I do. I hope I do. But who knows, really?
Negligent tax evasion.
Is it as hard to pay taxes as it is in America?
I think so. Might be harder.
It might be harder.
Wow. What makes it harder?
More regulations.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Sure, I'll trust you.
A lot of regulations. Weird tax brackets. I don't pay taxes.
You don't pay taxes?
No, I actively evade.
If things get more authoritarian vibes, I could see them clamping down on. I think I went to get like investigated by the FBI, but I wouldn't go to jail.
For taxes?
No, for like terrorism.
Oh, but you didn't. Well, I don't know if you've done terrorism or not.
I like a little encouragement of terrorism here and there, but
I think some is fine now because people were saying like kill Trump.
Some is fine now.
Well,
some encouragement.
It's
Yeah,
like
we've
a joke.
agreed on that.
People say kill Trump, and now it's like, all right, it's just like a joke.
Oh yeah. Why hasn't someone done it?
But my fan recognized me when we were walking to the street festival, and she said she was friends with someone at she went to my show with her friend, and her friend had been investigated by I forget who, someone probably like CSIS or something.
CSIS, yeah.
For just tweeting like someone has to kill Trump or something. So I don't know. They can make an example of you, I guess.
You can say a lot of stuff.
One time the FBI came to my old apartment because my roommate was buying drugs on the deep web. And they had printed out a bunch of pictures of the messages, and they had a picture of him holding a gun. It was like a fake gun. They were like, this you? This you? It was so crazy. I was like, we're all going to jail. Like, my whole life's over. But they just laughed. They were just like, this is a warning. Like, just don't do it again.
What app was he using? How did he get caught?
Well, I mean, the drugs were being sent to our apartment, so it had like our address on it. So, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what are you working on next? What's your next big move?
I'm working on a lot of things. I've been writing a movie. It's about rats. Well, the logline is that it's like Ratatouille, but instead of cooking, it's about suicide. So get ready for that.
And you haven't had any suicidal thoughts?
No, it's a movie about. It's a fictional movie.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so the rat jumps on a guy's head and makes him kill himself?
Well, it's a girl, and he's trying to get her to kill herself inadvertently. It's a long story.
But it's like whimsical. It's not like psychological horror.
No, it's like a comedy.
Okay.
It's like Brazil. Have you seen the movie Brazil?
No.
Okay, you should watch it. You've seen it. Wait, what else did I mention? Oh, sorry
to bother you.
Yeah, it's like Brazil. It's like whimsical dystopia.
That would be good. I can see that in your style.
So I've been writing that. I've been working on a short that's like live action anime hybrid. That's the one I was telling you I spent like, I don't even want to say how much money I spent on it publicly, but a lot. I've been working on, I was working on the Adult Swim thing. That is, I don't know if it's still going on.
You're ambiguously fired from Adult Swim currently.
Yeah, but that's probably what we shouldn't talk about. But yeah, I was writing a script for them, but it's unclear if I still am or not. But I was doing that for a long time. And what else am I doing? Oh, I guess that's pretty much it. Those 3 or 4 things.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah. And then I do the shop because that's like how I actually make money is the shop. And I do like freelance. I just finished this commercial about hate speech. I think I was telling you guys.
No.
Oh yeah, it was like a commercial about hate speech.
Like a PSA.
Yeah.
For the state of California.
No, it's some like private like thing. But yeah.
So it's pro hate speech, right?
No. I think it's anti, but the message of the PSA is that you should respond to people who send you hate speech. So,
what?
Yeah, it's like clap back. I don't know. I didn't write it. I just worked on it.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that hashtag clap back.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's antithetical to everything we've ever known and how to behave on the internet.
I don't know. I don't know who or why I shouldn't be saying this. This is like my job.
I hope that catches on, though.
I love this clapping back. Everyone clap back.
Hashtag
now.
clap back.
No.
Well, I hope this catches on, and then I can get in contact with anyone by calling them a slur.
Yeah.
And then they clap back, and then I'm like, hey, that was just to get into DMs. I'd love to get you on the podcast. How did you find out about us?
Well, I had seen your video, the fetish one. That was the first one I saw. And then I saw you on someone else's. I don't remember. What was it called?
Doom Scroll?
Doom Scroll, yeah. And then you were talking about YouTube, and I was like, okay, I didn't even like listen to the full podcast. I was like, well, I want to see like the YouTube channel. And then I saw you guys had a podcast together, and I was like, whoa, I'm gonna listen to this, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wait, what do you think of the podcast? I think you're the first person who's like listened to it, who's also on it.
Really?
Yeah, I think
I like
so.
it. Yeah. Fair. Well, some of it is too political. Like the one that just came out, it was too much like Trump, trans people. I was like, okay, like I can't listen to this. I'm sorry. I like the ones that are more like about like life, you know.
Interesting.
I think I'm just not like a super political person, or I feel like I don't have like something to add to it, like in my own mind. You know what I mean? If someone is like Trump's bad because of X, Y, and Z, I'm not really sure what to do.
That's a very artistic mindset, I think, because as artists, we're looking at things as problems, kind of, and like, what can I do? What can I add? What can my perspective be? The only reason I interface with politics and started interfacing with politics is because I thought I could do something different with it. And what I was trying to do is like use it as an aesthetic for art.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean that as an insult.
No,
I meant that more as a personal qualm,
that makes a lot of sense. And I think, we go back and forth of like, are we an art podcast or do we like host political debates?
Yeah. Well, they say all art is political, so.
Yeah, who says that?
They
being like people who are ideologues, like joyless ideologues.
Don't you think we're all kind of joyless ideologues?
No, I'm just joyless.
Okay. But you've escaped ideology.
No, I'm very ideological.
It's true. Social Democrat over here. That's what I call him.
Wrong.
Bernie bro Greg. Bernie bro Jreg.
Bernie bro Greg that would have voted for Trump but didn't. Because he's a Canadian. I would have voted for Trump.
Would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would have.
I know.
I would have voted Kamala.
I know you would have. And that's what No one's expecting that.
That's why we love each other. No one's expecting that.
No one's expecting that. And you would fuck a trans woman.
Yeah.
No one was expecting that.
No.
I wouldn't fuck a trans woman.
Why not?
I just couldn't do it.
How do you know?
I feel like I know.
Okay.
I mean, who really knows anything?
I think it's good to be open-minded. You never know. She could have a really sweet personality or something. Actually, you have the love of your life right here. You don't need anyone else.
It's because he's fighting his inner homosexual thoughts, and I feel like he feels as though a trans woman would be too close.
I would. What's something she doesn't understand is that if I was gay, my life would be. I would. If I could snap my fingers and be gay right now, I would do it.
Why?
My life would be easier.
I think gay people have really a lot of inner turmoil. You haven't noticed that?
The man I know with the least turmoil
Who?
is my mentor.
The one on the roof?
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah.
He's got like negative turmoil. I mean, if he has turmoil,
He has turmoil.
it's not
If he has turmoil, he has turmoil.
it's not related to him being gay.
Maybe. I don't really know him. But I don't know. All the gay friends I've had, I think, have had a lot of struggles, like childhood struggles. Like one of my best friends was gay. She's trans now, but like as a kid was a gay boy. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And just like remembering like the stuff that would happen, like even like adults would be like, oh my God, like he walks gay or whatever, like, like awful stuff, just like constant like homophobia. It's like, what does that do to a person, when you're a child and like adults say that shit to you? I don't know. I think it's worth having empathy for the gays.
Maybe our most controversial.
But you know what else is that a lot of straight men are gay. Like they love. I have so many straight male friends that are like photoshopping themselves like fucking as like a joke.
That's because that's funny.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, this is a joke, but you created a picture of gay porn with you in it.
People will never understand straight men because straight men are gay. I mean, there's a good quote from a feminist author, which is like, men, they only love other men, and they only try to impress other men, and they only like other men. I was reading that, I was like,
yeah, fair enough.
It was fair. I'm quite homo-romantic for sure.
What does that mean?
Just love guys.
You love guys?
Love this guy.
Yeah.
I think men do love men in a way that they don't love women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, God, we all agree.
My best friend's a firefighter in the northern Manitoba. I think of him every day. I think of him. I just think, fuck, I hope that guy's okay. Probably 5 times a day. I think about my best friend.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a frustrating scenario with a woman where you're like, oh, I just like this woman, like she doesn't fucking understand me. And then you go hang out with your homie and you're like, this guy gets me. Maybe I could like fuck him,
No.
No.
It never flips over. I feel like I've tried.
Okay, you've tried.
I've tried. Not physically tried. I've done the mental work.
What does the mental work involve?
Just trying to be gay in your head. You're like, can I fuck this guy? And it's like, no. It never flips.
Yeah.
Even my Twinkiest friend.
Yeah.
Even my tiny Twinkie friend. He's 5'9", 120 pounds. And I've been really drunk and thought about it. And like focused on it. I was like, no.
Yeah. Ben Shitty.
Ben Shitty, everybody.
His name's Ben Shitty?
Ben
Yeah.
Shitty.
Yeah.
CH.
Oh.
Yeah.
He should change his last name.
Yeah, we've run the simulations of him trying to grab him as he's running around. He's too slippery.
Oh God. But see, this is what I mean. Like men love fantasizing about like gay sex. And they're like, I'm straight. Like, okay.
I mean, most straight guys are like, most straight guys are curating outfits for themselves, and they're at the gym every day, and they're very particular about like their scent and their shampoos. You know?
Yeah.
There's a quad. Like there's heterosexual,
I just think they're different
homosexual.
spectrums. I think romanticism and sexuality are different spectrums.
Okay.
Yeah.
In what way?
I think romanticism for me is like you want to buy someone flowers and spend a lot of time with them,
And that's what you do to men.
you know, give them nice things, care about them, care about their well-being. And then you have, like, in the modern day, there's lots of sexual relationships that are very transactional and not fulfilling, and there's no romance to it.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah. They are different spectrums, I agree.
I felt romantic towards women, though.
That's nice. Wow, how
Once or
sweet.
twice. Like, it happens occasionally.
Wow, chivalry is not dead, guys. Do you guys remember nut tapping? Was that a thing in Canada?
We called it bag tagging.
Okay, it's like a different term.
Just like hit a guy in the balls. Yeah.
And it's like a locker room thing, from my understanding. Obviously, I wasn't a part of it, but it's like you go up to a guy and like sneakily like hit his dick or balls. I don't know. And it's like, haha, like you just got nut tapped. But it's like, what happens when the nut tapped guy is like into it? You know, what if he gets hard? Then what?
I guess you cross that bridge when you come to it.
All the men put soap in their towels
and beat him to death.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that is pretty erotic.
Yeah, what if it makes me even more turned on? Then what?
Then what's not erotic? A man can't touch another man's dick.
Well, what if it doesn't?
I don't know.
What if it doesn't?
To you guys, it's just like a joke, but it's like you're doing erotic things.
Yeah, but what if you're doing those things and it doesn't make you hard? Because if it does make you hard, surely you're gay. But if it doesn't make you hard,
yeah.
I slept with Max the other night.
That's true.
Did you touch him?
You know,
yeah, you did.
I woke up at like 7 a.m. And as I woke up, I instinctively rolled over him to start spooning him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like in my half woke state, I'm like, oh, there's a person beside me in this bed.
That means it's a woman.
I'm gonna spoon them.
Yeah, in my bed. I'm gonna roll over. I would do that.
Yeah, and then I was like, ooh, never mind.
That's kind of cute.
I got a big heart. What can I say?
Do you think all women are lesbians?
No.
Do you think all women are bi?
No, I'm pretty straight.
Well, then, why can't we say the same about the straight woman?
Say this. What do you mean?
Like
same?
straight women love to cuddle each other and they'll kiss each other and they'll still say it's straight.
I don't do that. So you can't say that about me. Yeah.
But don't you have women friends you're very close with? You have like there's almost like a romantic element to it. Like you check in with each other all the time and you want to spend a lot of time with each other.
You know, I'm a pretty distant friend, I would say. I like to hang out in person. I'm not like a big texter, you know? I think that the checking in thing drives me a little crazy when people want to check in all the time. I don't know how to do that. But I feel like maybe I should, because that's like the new thing to connect with people, is to like check in with them, you know?
The new thing?
Yeah.
That's the craze with the kids. I feel like that's just a relationship with your phone.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I just don't want to be on my phone all day.
Yeah.
But then I wonder if I'm missing out on meaningful connections.
No, I don't like it. It just creates this constant psychic noise always in the background.
I know. Yeah. And the person on the phone, it's never them. It's the egregore of messages you receive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's that person.
It just becomes like a hassle.
Yeah. It's like I could be talking to anybody.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't have Twitter.
No. I like phone calls. Call me anytime. I'll pick up. One ring. No hesitation.
I think I prefer phone calls, but they have to be far away. Like, if we're in the same neighborhood, we don't need to be calling. Like, just come over, like, you know. But one of my friends is in Europe, and I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times, but that makes sense, you know. He's like far as fuck.
We did the thing again where we get a guest and then have a long conversation about something just completely unrelated to their work. Or
oh yeah,
it's interesting, but it happens a lot.
Maybe people want to know the real me. Ever thought about that?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
we're here to get to know the real Vewn.
Maybe they're sick of my art. They don't want any more.
The real Vewn, straight, unsuicidal. Just ignore me.
Yeah. Sorry to be so boring.
So your answer to the answer to why haven't you killed yourself is that you're just too old, and you also enjoy being alive.
Yeah, well, the enjoy being alive was the real answer, but I wanted to tack on like a funny little bit because I know this is your guys' thing you always do. So I was like, I got to make my suicide answers a little special.
That was a special one.
Thank you.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, too old to kill you. Like it's a juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're still into that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's like cutting yourself. Imagine if you looked at my wrist and there was like fresh cuts. It's like, bro, like. You have to stop.
Yeah, it's a little cringe.
At a certain age.
It'd be like if you had like a Lego shelf. Evoke the same kind of feeling.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, because I mean, people like Funko Pops and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe cutting yourself will come back.
Bring it back, I say.
That can be a recession indicator, as the kids are saying. Cutting yourself. Am I right, guys?
Kids, you can tweet cutting for Jreg right now.
Cutting for Jreg. Hashtag cutting for Jreg. Hashtag clap back.
Hashtag clap back.
What else? Being anorexic, that's kind of back. That's definitely back, yeah. But that kind of fell out of fashion for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've noticed that recently. Everyone's so skinny.
Yeah.
It's Ozempic.
Yeah.
True. Oh yeah, there's a drug that makes you skinny now.
You wanted to get on Ozempic.
Thought about it.
You'd lose all your muscle mass.
I don't think you should do it.
Yeah.
Just don't eat food for 40 days.
Thought about that as well. I could go either way.
That could be an interesting video, like the no food challenge.
Yeah. That'd be a good, if we all did the no food challenge, we'd all be healthier and happier.
You would die.
Some of us would be dead.
You would die, Nick would die. Everyone in the studio but me would die.
I could do 40 days. I wouldn't be in good shape.
You have ab veins.
I could do 40 days.
How much leaner can you get?
I would be
you have lat veins.
I could do 28 days.
28 days no food?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not die.
Would you drink like protein shakes?
I drink water.
Oh, just water.
Yeah, water, coffee, green tea, electrolytes, bone broth. Just a wee bit of bone broth.
Yeah.
You just suck on a bone. Like a toothpick, like carry a rib in your mouth everywhere you go. That's a great idea.
Carry a bone with you?
Yeah, it's
have you ever eaten a bone?
I've had some bone marrow before.
Bone marrow is delicious.
In Haiti, they eat the bones of chickens because like you can't let anything go to waste, you know? My dad taught me how. There's like you have to like bite it at an angle and get into the marrow.
Interesting.
And suck the marrow out.
Yeah.
That'd be delicious. I'm down for that.
You should try it. I'm sure there's tutorials. Some like Haitian guy.
Day one back at the studio. Bone marrow sucking.
Yeah.
Bone marrow sucking.
With your raw, you have to drink all that raw heavy cream tonight.
Yeah, I bought some raw heavy cream at the
and some raw
Air One.
You have to drink.
I have a lot of dairy products to consume in the next 12 hours.
I didn't realize you have to drink 2 liters of raw kefir in the next like 18 hours.
I'm gonna be in the best shape of my life on that plane. I might puke on the plane.
Oh my god, that's the worst. Plane sickness. You have to like run to the bathroom. And there's like a line. They're like banging on the door.
I follow this guy who advocates for a rotting meat diet.
No, that's fake.
And well, he's dead now, but they uploaded all of his lectures, and he was trying to get a tapeworm because he really believes in like, you know, eating rotting things and like with like bugs, because the bugs pre-digest the food.
Who is this guy? You just made up.
No. His name is Aronis Vonjoricus
That's a
or
fake
something.
name you just made up.
It does sound fake.
The pre-digesting the food. That's not good.
It pre-digests it so that it's easier on your gut because some of us have weak guts. So he drank 3 liters of spoiled milk before a plane ride. And
when?
This was like 20 years ago.
When did you hear about this?
This is on YouTube.
Did you hear about it within the past year?
Yeah.
It's AI.
It's not AI.
That was
no.
AI.
It was uploaded to YouTube like 15 years ago.
They AI'd that part.
They AI'd YouTube?
They AI'd YouTube.
Well, anyway, he drank, apparently the milk was so strong that it was like sour. It was like hard for him to smell. And then he chugged it all.
No.
And then went on the plane, and then he was having a horrific. He was like sweating and he breaking out in rashes. But then when he touched down, it was a horrible plane ride. When he touched down, he finally got a tapeworm.
How did he die?
He died of natural causes. Like many years later. He was like 65. He was fine.
That's reasonable. I'll take it. I'll accept it.
But it's called the high meat diet. You can Google this to see that it's not AI.
I don't blame it.
But I'm very into extreme diets and fasting and stuff.
What's your extreme diet that you're on?
Oh, right now I'm not nothing because I'm in LA. But I was on keto before, and I've tried every extreme diet. I've done all carnivore. I'm orthorexic, yeah.
What does orthorexic mean?
Means I'm healthy and fit.
Oh, that's great.
It's when you take being healthy into the point of being an eating disorder.
Oh. That's like my parents.
But I have no other choice. Otherwise, I'll die. I'll get cancer. I think I've got cancer this trip because we smoke too many cigarettes, and I feel in my bladder and my stomach.
I do like
the
contrast of taking care of like what you eat
and then smoking
and drinking and doing drugs.
Yeah, not that I would do that.
No,
that's kind of what I do.
You have to offset it.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like I'm really healthy. I don't eat junk food. I exercise almost every day. Yeah. So I can do drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Like seed oils. I'm not going to put that poison in my body.
Exactly. But I don't lecture people about eating healthy because I'm like, well.
I only suggest fasting to them when they have cancer.
Does that help cancer?
Yeah, you can't get cancer when you're fasting.
Where did you get this info?
Just look it up anywhere.
Okay. I think people should just start making up facts now.
They already do.
Yeah, like if you just want to believe something, just fucking believe it. Like the meat guy, the guy that eats rotting meat. Like, sure.
These things are on the fringes, but as time goes on, they start to penetrate the Overton window.
Okay, you know what I think is fake? Do you guys remember that story with the girl who, not a girl, she's a woman, who called a child the N-word at a park?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that whole thing was AI.
AI.
Yeah, do you agree?
I could see that.
I think that whole GoFundMe was fake. Like, I don't think she raised $1 million from white supremacists. I think it was all fake.
Yeah, where'd that money, where would that
it was
money
fake.
come from?
I think people want to start a race war. They're trying to make it seem like there's all these white supremacists lurking. Mm-hmm. But that lady, like, you look at those pictures, it's like, she has a tattoo sleeve. You look closely, it's like, of nothing,
Yeah, the letters don't actually spell anything.
Yeah, it's just like tattoo. Like,
yeah, can someone look into this? Fact check this?
I don't know if this is confirmed. This is just my friend's conspiracy theory.
We're in complete consensus collapse. That's why all your characters have stuff all around them. Where'd the other one go? This one. I was looking at this one. This postcard.
Oh, yeah.
Show it to the audience.
Wait, they have stuff around them? What does that have to do with consensus?
Yeah, I'm not really following this one.
No, this postcard just has so many like you're cleaning. There's a gun to her head. There's like some sort of brain chip. There's a cake. There's a phone going off. There's so much stuff going on. What does the walls just say? Why am I doing this?
Oh, you wrote thanks for supporting my art in your own handwriting.
Yeah, well, I give these with
heart.
I give these with the merch. It's like a little
Wow, and you handwrite it all.
Yeah.
Heart Victoria, who's that?
My name's Victoria. You've been calling me Vewn this whole trip.
Yeah, I have this thing where
and I've noticed.
What do you think about that?
It's actually less upsetting when you guys do it than other people. Because sometimes I'll be at like a short film screening and someone will come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, are you Vewn?" And I'm like, "Don't do that, please." Like, but I think because we're all YouTubers, it makes like we all have a.
What's my name?
Jreg.
Yeah. There you go.
Jreg.
Jreg.
I thought your name was Chad, and I thought that you were calling him Brogan as like a joke.
Brogan also sounds like a fake name.
I thought it was like a bro, like some sort of play on the word bro.
No.
Is this mean? Is this bullying?
No,
I'm sorry.
Everybody I meet double takes my name.
Yeah, it's not super common.
No.
It's kind of cool though. Do you think that your name being Brogan like shaped you into who you are?
100%.
Yeah.
And he believes in nominal determinism.
I'm almost normal in so many ways, and Brogan's almost a normal name, but it's often a very particular way that's like fundamental. That's my conclusion about myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted a different name, or you've always been pro Brogan?
I go by Fergus.
Fergus?
Yeah.
I think you'd be really different if your name was Fergus.
Yeah, I think I'd be like, I think I get lost all the time. It'd be really hard. I had no sense of direction. Rory?
No,
Rory.
You're not a Rory.
What does Greg do for nominal determinism? Dweebish?
No. No, Greg's very normal. Greg has Chris energy. Because Chris is the most neutral name.
Yeah, Greg is kind of like a vintage name.
Old Greg?
I don't think I'd be any different with a different name.
You know whose name is Greg? Is Onision.
Yeah. Says a lot.
Yeah.
Says a lot about the Greg community.
Yeah.
Well, I'm named after Pope Gregory the Great.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because of my Catholic upbringing.
Wow, so your parents were super religious.
My mom is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are your parents still together?
Yeah.
But your dad's not Catholic?
I don't think he thinks abstract thoughts.
Oh.
I relate a lot to your dad.
Yeah. He's not, I mean, he's very smart, but he just like, he's not interested in abstract concepts.
Okay.
He's interested in rotating shapes.
My dad's kind of like that too. He's a practical man.
He's a practical man, yeah.
Well, we're at an hour and 43.
Wow, time flies.
It's a good cast.
Yeah.
Good cast.
When do we cut it?
Whenever you want.
Oh, whenever.
But right now. Not whenever you want.
You want to cut it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have one more question.
Oh, okay.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Just let me think about what
I just wanted to. I wanted to float the idea.
Okay.
Of the cut. It's like the Irish goodbye,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the Cape Breton goodbye. The Cape Breton goodbye. That's the long one.
Okay. You guys can keep talking. I'm gonna think about my last question.
Okay. Think about your last question.
What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, names.
Victoria sounds like.
I think Victoria's a good name.
Victoria's a good name.
I'm happy with my name.
There's some nominative determinism there.
Yeah, it's like victory. You can't go wrong with that,
No. Versus, where's some bad names? Like loser names. Randall.
Who do you know that's named Randall?
No, nobody, because I don't hang out with fucking losers.
Let me think of a bad name.
I
I don't really like the name Connor.
Connor.
Yeah.
Brad. Yeah.
Brad is a little disgusting.
Brad's a low one. Putrid.
That's not a name. Okay, wait. Can you think of a name that would suit all of us?
Like one name we all share?
Yeah, one name that we all could be named.
Fuck.
Loon.
Loon?
Loon. ELUNE.
Jude.
Oh, maybe Jude.
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 You don't really seem like a Jude.
I know.
I think us three could be Jude.
Yeah. Alex.
Plasmo.
Alex is classic, yeah.
Plasmo.
Plasmo. I like these sci-fi names.
Jooch.
Grunks.
Brunks.
Barkey.
Barkey, yeah.
It's like marquee with a QU.
Yeah, Barkey with a QU.
I feel like we should do before you ask your last question, we should do like a would you rather.
Okay.
But I don't have one. Don't you guys usually have one?
Yeah.
What is it?
Would you rather get a tooth pulled or a train ran on your girl?
Oh, right. Wouldn't have a girl. I'm straight, remember?
So would you rather have a tooth pulled or your man stolen by some lecherous whore?
I guess the man. I mean, like, men are replaceable.
Yeah.
A tooth is like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Well, what would you do?
I would get the train ran.
Really?
Oh, I've never asked this question while I was in a relationship.
You might not be for much longer. Well, what's your answer?
I'm tooth. I'm tooth for life.
Okay, tooth.
I'm tooth for life.
Okay, I have two. One of them is an Evangelion one. Okay. Would you kiss a 14-year-old to save the world, but when the world is saved, no one knows that the world was saved and they just think you're a pedo?
Oh, yeah.
Would I not?
Yeah, would you or would you not?
You had me at would you kiss a 14? I would do it.
And you get to pick the 14-year-old. Like, you can go to middle school and like line them up.
That makes it worse. I don't want to have to pick.
Well, it's part of the question.
Will the kid remember?
But it's basically kiss a 14-year-old or die.
Will they remember?
Everyone dies.
Will they remember me lining them up?
Like a peck?
Like, I can go as far as you want.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to die. I'd kiss a 14-year-old to not die.
But everyone thinks you're a pedo.
I could fight those allegations.
Okay, you think you could win?
Yeah, one peck, I could win. That would go away in like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're pretty confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what would you do?
I already told you.
Oh, okay. Wait, what was the answer? I forgot.
Would you kiss a 14? Yes.
Oh, you would, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. My other one was, would you rather have a LinkedIn son, so like a son who's always on LinkedIn posting about like grind set stuff, or a lawsuit son who's always doing like frivolous lawsuits, and both of these sons are 30 and they both live with you?
So how are they funding these lawsuits if they live with me?
Your money.
My money?
Yeah.
Well, that's much more damaging to me personally than
but the LinkedIn son is bringing in nothing.
He's bringing, but why?
Because the lawsuit son could potentially get a return on investment.
I think the headache of the logistics would get to me, and I'm sure I would be involved with the logistics if he was using my money. I hate logistics. I don't really want to pay my taxes. So
you're doing LinkedIn son.
Yeah, I'm doing LinkedIn son.
Okay.
That's relatively benign.
What are you picking?
What was on the mirror?
Why are you asking that question?
Was it the same one?
What, like, would you want us to?
I'm just kind of interested.
We're like an inch away from the whole channel getting taken down.
Are we?
Yeah, you don't understand how bad this is.
They can't see anything. I would take the lawsuit, son.
You think he'll win big?
No, I just hate.
You'll get bankrupted after one.
I hate LinkedIn.
Yeah, but then you hate it so much you get bankrupted after one lawsuit, one frivolous lawsuit.
But you don't know. That's the thing.
You just said it was a frivolous lawsuit.
But some of them win.
Some frivolous lawsuits. I mean, I guess I like that. I hope he picks well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a gamble.
Nah, I hate LinkedIn too much. I'm too axiomatically opposed to that concept.
Okay.
I'd rather go broke than have a LinkedIn son.
I think your lawsuit son and your LinkedIn son will fall in love.
Oh.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, am I gonna frivolously one guy's gonna frivolously sue the other guy, and then they're gonna meet in court and lock eyes.
Well, don't wish ill upon them. That it's your son.
I'm probably not gonna have either of those sons.
The 0 son challenge.
3 daughters.
Okay, what was your question that you were thinking of?
If there's a race war, which side would you pick?
Well, what are the races fighting?
Everyone.
Every race?
All the major races. The big three.
And where are we fighting?
What are the big three? I can't say the names, but the first two are Caucasoid. Actually, that's the only one I can say.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing Caucasoid. I don't want to say that word. I'm guessing the gist of it is white, black, and
Yeah, sure.
isn't that kind of like Native American erasure? You are Canadian.
Well, I mean, we can how you know how thin do we want to slice the spaghetti?
I think the races would recruit certain allies. Like I think the blacks would recruit the natives because we've been through a lot of turmoil together. I think the Asians would recruit.
There's enough Asians.
They have enough.
I think they would split though. I think the Japanese would join the whites.
Who would the Indians join?
The Indians would be like the dominant of the Asian. It'd be like Southeast Asia, India, maybe like Kyrgyzstan, like kind of that part. But I think like the majority of Japan and Korea would join the whites.
Okay. Well, who are the Mexican and South Americans gonna join? Okay. Well, us blacks, we have a huge army, and not to be stereotypical, but you know, there's a lot of rap songs about guns. We might come strapped, so.
Who would the Caucasoid army assimilate? Who would the honky army go for?
Go for?
Yeah, like who would join the honkies?
I think, look, I mean, there's like Mexicans. Have you ever heard the term Afro-adjacent? I feel like Mexicans and black people have a lot more in common than Mexicans and white people. But I think like an Argentinian, that's white as fuck. A Chilean.
Would the Jews join the honkies?
They started the whole thing. They don't need to pick a side.
They're just sitting back and laughing.
They're
sitting back and laughing as we all kill each other.
Yeah, they're monitoring. No, I think they would join the whites.
I mean, who else are they going to join? Whites are the only people they got left.
It's true.
That's true.
So which?
Oh, I'm team black.
Okay.
Yeah. Think about it. We got Diddy.
I took a selfie with his star the other day.
Yeah, me too.
Diddy's got like a lot of built up rage, from being persecuted. We got who else?
that rage gets out in odd ways.
We're gonna just let Diddy loose.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna we need every fighter we can get in this war. We're letting Diddy out. We're letting all the killers out.
Open the prisons.
Yeah. Yeah, we got what's that guy? Suge Knight. He killed Tupac or whatever, maybe.
Yeah. Suge Knight.
We got shooters. So watch out, guys.
We have school shooters.
We have school shooters.
Yeah, but school shooters are they're so flimsy. I think Diddy could take down 3 school shooters.
Diddy versus Dylan Klebold?
Yeah. I think he could take him down.
Dylan's gonna get drugged with GHB, covered in baby oil.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying the outcome.
Yeah,
it's a pure power analysis.
It's a different world. What about Timothy McVeigh?
Who was he again?
He did the Oklahoma City bombing, the car bombing. He read the Turner Diaries.
I have not read it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Forget about him.
We got Luigi. Luigi would join the whites.
Maybe.
That's true.
Okay, we got this into the race war topic, so we can close it off.
Yeah.
What?
That's a good cap.
Yeah. Everyone comment down below which race you think is the best.
Well, I think we got one of the greatest animators of our generation on to talk about race war and
diet,
and
gay sex,
straight guys being gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one more question? One actual real question. Is there an aspect of you that you don't feel is captured in the art that you do. Like, I mean, for me, I think it's like the community building stuff gives me a lot of, it's like what my life's been about for the last couple of years. And it doesn't really, it doesn't really like directly show in my art. Or do you feel like the art is like kind of more all encompassing? Like, is there something you'd want people to know about you, or you feel like doesn't get seen in the stuff that you do, that you would want to tell people?
I don't know. I feel like I don't think of my art as being like a way to reveal things about myself. I almost feel like it's the other way around, where like I make it and then it shows me something, you know? So that's kind of a hard question.
That makes sense.
But I don't know. Maybe I think people think I'm really cynical and like depressed and stuff. Like, I'm not. I guess that would be my message if people were wondering. I'm pretty happy.
I'm cynical and depressed.
No, you're not.
Fuck the police.
Fuck 12.
Fuck the free world. Okay.
Right.
We have to kill you.
Oh, with what?
Guns and hammers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had a good life, so.
What's the story behind the motif? Get out the hammer. We're gonna beat your death with hammers. What's the motif before we beat you to death with hammers? What's the motif with the whole like getting beaten to death with hammers thing in your work?
I just saw a meme that said something along the lines of, the media told me I have to beat people with hammers, so now I have to.
What other choice do I have?
And it was a picture of the guy grilling, like, you know, the centrist griller.
Yeah.
It was the picture of him.
Oh.
I just thought it was like a great picture.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right. Well, we talked.
Is there a horseshoe?
What's the horseshoe here? Being gay and being straight.
Being gay, being straight.
They're the same. They're the same. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the real horseshoe.
And that's the real horseshoe.
Yeah.